Hi guys, welcome back to Cashwise Ex-Wives. This is Shanna and Kayla, and we're really excited that you're here. Um, Last time we gave you a brief snippet of Kayla's divorce story, and so this time I wanted to give you a brief snippet of mine, since they are a little bit different. Um, we are we're here to keep divorce from killing your finances, so keep that in mind. That's the whole reason that we're here, and that's the whole reason that we're doing this, because we've both been through this, albeit slightly different and at different points in our lives, but the financial aspect was definitely a big part for both of us. For me, I got married a little bit older than Kayla. I was 25 when I got married, although I will tell you that I have a similar story with the wedding, in that the day I was supposed to get married, or the day I did get married, I had similar fears and was trying to figure out how I could not go through with it. I was really nervous and figured that I was making a mistake. A lot of that has to do with the fact that I got married because I was pregnant. So that's a little twist, which I never figured would happen, but it just did. And that's just where life took me. Even though I didn't really want to get married, I said yes anyways. I call that pregnancy hormones. So the day we were getting married, I was trying to figure out how to not, and we had family flying in from everywhere, and they were already there, and I just felt like I couldn't let everybody down, and I had already said yes. And so in the back of my mind, and this is a horrible thought, so if this ever crosses your mind when you're thinking about getting married, I'm going to just say don't do it. But in my mind, I thought, okay, well, you know what? If it doesn't work, then at least I tried and I can get a divorce. I feel like that's a really horrible way to go into a marriage, and that's definitely foreshadowing. It was for me, like it was for Kayla. Mine lasted a little bit longer. We ended up having two kids, but by the time the second one was not quite two, actually, I guess she was 1.5 the first time. My ex-husband and I had gotten really bad. There was a lot of fighting in our house, and I personally don't like to fight. I'm more of a runner, so that's difficult when you're in that situation and everything is a battle. I went from being a very gregarious person who worked multiple jobs and had lots of friends and traveled, to being a stay-at-home mom, talking to children who don't talk back, really. And that changed my life a lot, and it also changed my marriage. So by the time the youngest one was about 1.5 years, our marriage had degraded, and finances didn't help, because I went from working full-time to being a stay-at-home mom and working 1 day a week while my mom watched the kids. And so our finances were really tight, and that was what a lot of our fights was about, was money, or lack thereof in our case. So I actually left my ex-husband when my youngest one was 1.5 years, and we split up for about 3 months, and then he agreed to go to counseling, even though he had never agreed to do that before. And I figured that I had to at least give it a shot and see if we could find a way to reconcile this and find a way to make it work for our family. And after about 6 months of that, it didn't work. And so we split up for good. So we were married for about 5 years. We've been divorced now for 8. So we've been divorced longer than we were married. It was a very bloody battle. About a year long. There were courts involved. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there were children, and we had assets we had to split up, and that made it worse. I feel like maybe it wouldn't have been as bad, because at first it was supposedly mutual, but then as time went on, it became not mutual anymore, and it was strictly about money. So here we go back to the finances again. And then after we got all of that resolved, things worked out better. And we actually get along better now than we did when we were married, although it's been 8 years. And we have to keep in contact because we have to co-parent. Mm-hmm. So we co-parent fairly well, a lot better apart than together. So it just worked out the way it worked out. And we're both very happy with our lives now, not together. And we both are in new relationships. So that's and the financial aspect of that has been a new realm for me to get into. So that was scary for me because I did it on my own for so long, and now I've been doing it with somebody else for the last couple of years, and that was definitely a big transition. So it's been kind of a financial roller coaster for me for a good 15 years. And I feel like I've kind of lived all over the place on the financial realm or aspect, roller coaster, if you want to call it that. And that's been hard, especially with kids. So I feel good with where I'm at now, but it's been difficult to get here. And I wish that I would have had some resources, especially from my perspective, other people who'd gone through it, especially with children, because that was really difficult to navigate and research and dig into, because the laws and the rules are so different in every state, and a lot of times they're fairly ambiguous. So I'm really here to try and help other people going through similar situations, because I know how difficult that is and how scary, and how sometimes it can make you think, you know what, maybe this is just easier for me to stay in the marriage because this is really hard to figure out and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I had those thoughts. But in the end, I feel like I made the right choice because everybody's happy now.
So like Shanah said, that's exactly why we're here, is because when both of us went through our situations, although they were different, Shanah had kids, I did not have kids. They had been married for 5 years and had assets and things like that. And I was able to actually get through most of my divorce with DIY methods. But now that we've come together to create this group, we want to be able to serve both people who have more complicated divorces as well as more simple ones by providing resources and advice and help as much as we can, and pointing you toward external sources as well, experts in their field and things like that, so that you can find what you need to navigate through divorce without killing your finances. So that's basically why we're here. And we're really excited to be bringing this to you, because I think this is something that's severely lacking for women going through divorce, and men too. But, specifically for us, obviously we're both women. So.
Yes. Also, if you, I do have a few links on my website to a little bit more about my divorce story. So we'll drop a link for one of those in this one, so that you can check that out if that's of interest to you, if you're in similar place right now.
Yeah, definitely. So I do want to walk you guys through just a quick synopsis of what you will see if you become a member of Cashwise Ex-Wives, which is our monthly membership group. And when you join the group, you will become a member of a private Facebook group that's only open to members, and nobody from the outside world has access to the information or the content that's posted there, so that it's a really safe space for you to share your struggles and your stories. And Shanah and I will be doing that as well. I'm sure we'll get more in depth with each of our stories, because I know there's a lot more to them than just what we've covered in these short videos the last couple of weeks. So we have a lot more to share with that. We're also going to be offering a monthly guest interview with an expert. We have several lined up already, and they are amazing. We have someone coming in to talk about specifically issues to do with military finances and divorce. We have someone coming in to talk about taxes and how all of that is affected when you go through divorce. And we have some personal divorce stories from other people that we want to share as well, because we know that not all divorces are the same. And so bringing in those experts and those outside resources is going to be a huge help for you guys. So we're really excited about that.
We are. I can't wait.
Yeah. So we're going to be kicking that off. And so we hope that you will join us for that. And then Shanah and I have also put together a resource library that has several documents in it that we think you will find helpful for managing your finances, finding ways to budget and save money and make more money and all kinds of different things like that. So we are always continually adding to that and updating it. And if you have questions or things that you want to see added to that, we're definitely open to suggestions too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, please let us know what you guys are looking for, because we want to help you. That's what we're here for. So if there's something that you aren't finding that you need for your particular situation, let us know, and we will get something together.
Definitely.
Resource library.
Yeah, we know that everyone's situation is a little bit different, but at the same time, if you have a question, somebody else probably has the same question too.
Mhm.
So we're definitely here to help and answer as many questions as possible. So we're excited to have you guys join us in the group.
Yes, we're excited. We can't wait to get to know you guys better.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this time. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.